What he didn't know was, my girlfriend was allergic to any man but me. He deliberately fell into the pool, pretending to drown as he called my girlfriend for help. Instead, my girlfriend wrapped her arms around me, spun around, and ran. Not saving him. Not even if it kills me. If I touch him, I'll be tainted. What if you don't want me anymore? My girlfriend was hopelessly obsessed with love. After 2 months together, she wanted to get engaged. 6 months in, she wanted to make our marriage official. To put my mind at ease, she even transferred her home in the city to my name. She handed me her bank cards. Afraid I'd refuse, she even declared her love for me in public. Then my half-brother, Wang, suddenly spoke beside us. Brother, you're getting married, and you didn't tell Mom, Dad, or me about something this important. Are you still angry with us? Wang was 1 year younger than me. My mother died when I was young. His mother naturally moved into the Li family home. Ever since Wang arrived, the family business boomed and good fortune kept coming. Everyone believed Wang was a lucky star. But Wang was still dissatisfied. He saw me, the eldest son, as an obstacle to his inheritance. So he repeatedly set me up. My father and stepmother completely turned against me. On the day of my college entrance exam, Wang put laxatives in my breakfast and ruined my exam. With no proof, father accused me of framing him instead. Heartbroken, I went to college and cut ties with my family. Chuan, is this your younger brother? My girlfriend, Qinghan, asked, taking my hand. I came back to myself and nodded. When Wang saw Qinghan's fair face, more beautiful than any celebrity's, and realized she never wore makeup, he was utterly captivated. He held out his hand to Qinghan and smiled. So you're my sister-in-law. I'm Wang. I'm 1 year younger than my brother. I'm 6'1". I weigh 152 pounds. I like basketball and music. As he spoke, he edged closer to Qinghan. It seemed Wang's habit of stealing what was mine had struck again. Qinghan frowned slightly. She stepped behind me and whispered, Honey, don't lose weight. Skinny guys like that are ugly and unhealthy. His face darkened. Wang's prized physique and hairstyle meant nothing to Qinghan. Smiling, I chided her for being so blunt. What do you mean, skinny? Lean builds are fashionable these days. That still isn't healthy. Don't follow their bad example. Qinghan didn't speak loudly, but Wang, who had moved closer, could hear every word. Only then did she remember someone else was standing there. She gave him a lovely smile. Hello, I'm your brother's girlfriend, Qinghan. Wang's eyes shifted. I thought, oh no, what scheme was he plotting now? Then Wang casually asked, Brother, what happened to that girlfriend you used to date? Did you break up? You even met the parents in high school. I thought you two were meant to be. I was speechless. I never had a girlfriend in high school. There was never any meeting the parents either. Back then, a crazed girl followed me around every day. It only ended up involving teachers and parents. More absurdly, father thought it was my fault. He even said, no smoke without fire. Otherwise, why would you attract a woman like that? Qinghan replied coldly, everyone has an ex. And who says dating means you have to get married? Get that antiquated mindset out of your head. Wang tried to drive a wedge between us, but Qinghan only tore into him. His lips trembled into a pout. I'm sorry, sister-in-law. I'm just blunt. I didn't mean anything by it. As he spoke, his eyes reddened. He looked as if tears would spill any second. That trick worked very well on father. Whenever he made that expression, the elders in the family would look heartbroken for him. Unfortunately, Qinghan wasn't like them. She wasn't buying it at all. Your brother and I are going to eat. Goodbye. At that, Wang put on a smile. I haven't eaten either. Let's go together. I'll use it to apologize to my brother. What the hell did he have to apologize for? Wasn't he just staying to make me miserable? Qinghan's expression turned cold as she was about to refuse. I gently patted her palm. It's fine. Let him join us. Otherwise, I figured Wang would find some other way to follow us. He never quit until he got what he wanted. At the restaurant, Wang immediately sat beside Qinghan. He even thoughtfully explained, Sister-in-law, my brother likes sitting alone. You don't mind if I sit beside you, do you? As he spoke, he squeezed even closer to Qinghan. Qinghan covered her nose and stood up. Sorry, I'm allergic to cologne. Then she sat beside me. Actually, I knew. She wasn't allergic to perfume. Soon, the server began bringing out the dishes. One of them was seafood congee. Gu Qinghan had ordered it especially for me, but the moment it was set down, Li Wang pulled it in front of himself. Seafood congee is my favorite. Thanks for ordering this just for me, sister-in-law. He had barely finished saying that with a smile, when Gu Qinghan stood and moved the congee from before him to me. This was ordered for Li Chuan. Li Wang's smile vanished instantly. He looked as miserable as if he'd swallowed a fly. Then he forced up the corners of his mouth and said generously, Right. My brother has been frail since childhood. It's not just his kidneys. He's weak everywhere. He does need to build himself up. Gu Qinghan rolled her eyes at him. Then she said casually, Li Chuan is much stronger than you. Why would he need supplements? He simply likes the taste. Besides, the seafood congee at my family's hotel is its signature dish. By then, Li Wang's face had gone green. When we first met, your brother was dark and skinny. Even my parents felt sorry for him. One bowl of seafood congee every day, along with regular exercise, is how he became what he is today. As if she hadn't noticed Li Wang's face turning livid, Gu Qinghan quickly took a few bites, then pulled me to my feet. Next, I'm taking your brother to the pool and teaching him to swim. Please excuse us. Back in our hotel room upstairs, Gu Qinghan quickly changed into her swimsuit. Under the overhead lights, her skin was fair, her face beautiful with a slim waist and long legs. I couldn't help taking a few extra looks. Chuan, hurry and change into your swim trunks. Seeing the tight swim trunks in her hand, I knew she was up to no good. You go ahead. I need to use the restroom. After sending Gu Qinghan away, I changed into an ordinary pair of swim trunks. Feeling relaxed and comfortable, I headed to the pool. Gu Qinghan had said she'd asked the manager to clear the area. But when I arrived, there was another man there besides Gu Qinghan. It was Li Wang. Sister-in-law, I want to learn to swim too. Will you teach me? Li Wang whined sweetly beside her. The swim trunks he chose were like a girl's ultra-short skirt. They were short and skin-tight. They looked awkward from every angle. What he didn't know was, Gu Qinghan was the ultimate model of feminine virtue. She always kept more than a foot and a half away from him. Sorry, I only teach your brother. He's afraid of water and won't get in by himself. I'm different. I'm brave. If you teach me, sister-in-law, I'll learn quickly. Before he could finish, Li Wang seemed to slip. He lurched straight toward Gu Qinghan. At this rate, they would both fall into the pool any second. Then they'd stage a wildly passionate scene. But Gu Qinghan seemed prepared. She nimbly sidestepped him. Splash! Li Wang fell stiffly into the pool, sending water everywhere. Gu Qinghan quickly backed away several steps, afraid even a drop might splash on her. As though the water were toxic, I fought hard not to laugh. But Gu Qinghan seemed to sense it and turned around, catching me red-handed. She came over, took my hand and pulled me outside. As we walked, she complained, You heartless jerk. I waited ages for you, and you were back there enjoying the show. She puffed out her cheeks in pretend anger. Like a pufferfish, I quickly patted the back of her hand. I just got here. Really? Gu Qinghan looked at my swim trunks and said sourly, Why didn't you wear the ones I picked? Don't you like them? I hated it most when she got upset. I hurriedly reassured her. That's not it. I really like them. They were just too tight. If my brother saw them, he'd think I was trying to show him up. The forgotten Li Wang was now slapping frantically at the water, trying to get our attention. Sister-in-law, are you really just going to watch me drown? I can't swim. Help. Li Wang flailed both hands wildly on the surface. His words came out in broken gasps, and he swallowed several mouthfuls of water. To get Gu Qinghan's attention, Li Wang was truly going all out. He'd won silver in the city's children's swimming competition back in elementary school, and now he was claiming he couldn't swim. He put on such a convincing act that he seemed genuinely helpless. He had no idea that someone like me, who truly couldn't swim, once in a pool, wouldn't even need the deep end. Even in water less than 4 feet deep, I'd choke on water. Unable to stand back up, Gu Qinghan looked at me with some concern. Does your brother really not know how to swim? I stroked her soft hair. If he can't swim, hurry and save him. Li Wang's face lit up when he heard that, yet he kept shouting, Sister-in-law, save me. Gu Qinghan shot me a glare. With her hands on her hips, she huffed. If I save him, won't I be tainted? What if you don't want me anymore after that? I'm not going. Not even if it kills me. I almost applauded and gave her a thumbs up. She was the ultimate model of feminine virtue. Luckily, Li Wang didn't hear her. He was still thrashing desperately in the pool. waiting for the Snow White of his fantasies to save him. I sighed helplessly. What about Li Wang? We can't just stand here and watch something happen to him. Seriously. I figured Li Wang was probably a better swimmer than Qinghan. Qinghan shook her head. Don't worry. Then she made a call. Soon, a swim coach with an 8-pack came running over. The moment he saw Li Wang in the pool, an inexplicable smile flashed across his face. He ran to the edge nearest Li Wang and dove in with a splash. Just as he was about to grab Li Wang unexpectedly struggled with all his strength. Even then, he hadn't given up on making Qinghan come down to save him. But amid his frantic thrashing, his tight swim trunks actually slipped off. Qinghan turned away, grabbed me, and hurried outside. Don't worry. He'll be fine. All right. The coach from before shouted loudly. He swam with all his might toward Li Wang. After quite a while, Li Wang emerged wrapped in a large bath towel, his eyes brimming with tears. He looked at Qinghan and me, utterly aggrieved. Brother, I know you don't like me, but you can't just leave me to die. Did he think I was the one who stopped Qinghan from saving him? Qinghan immediately fired back. We left you to die. Then is the person standing here a ghost? Hearing the displeasure in Qinghan's voice, I thought it over and realized Li Wang had spoiled two things she'd been looking forward to that day. No wonder she was angry. Li Wang's eyes widened. He stared at Qinghan in disbelief. Sister-in-law, how can you say that? I know you're beautiful and kind-hearted. My brother must have stopped you from coming down to save me. Otherwise, why would I have come so close to death? As he spoke, Li Wang even made his shoulders tremble. His face was pale, making him look pitiful. Qinghan gave a cold snort. I chose not to save you myself. Don't read too much into it. Then she added, I'm allergic to men. That's why I couldn't go down and save you. Li Wang pointed at the hand wrapped around my arm. His meaning was obvious, though he had not yet said it aloud. Qinghan said directly, Your brother is the exception. Li Wang's face turned green. Before he could figure out what to say, Qinghan cut in sharply. I'll let it slide that you impersonated your brother to sneak in this time. Try it again, and I'll have that coach throw you out. Li Wang went rigid at that. He said nothing more and slunk out of the hotel. Before dinner, my stepmother called. She told me to bring Qinghan home the next day. Judging by her irritated tone, Li Wang had almost certainly run to tattle on me. Then again, if he didn't tattle, I barely know how to live. It seemed I had no choice but to go home this time. Tomorrow was Dad's birthday. When Qinghan learned my father wanted to meet her, she was not put off at all. She excitedly discussed gifts for my father and stepmother. Then she looked herself up and down. Chuan, do you think I should get my hair done and buy a more ladylike dress? It is my first time meeting your parents, after all. I need to make a good impression. Watching her dance around with excitement, I helplessly shook my head. Don't get your hopes up. My dad and stepmother will disappoint you. Compared to them, even a relentless fault finder would seem reasonable. Don't worry. I have faith in myself. Anyone who raised someone as wonderful as you cannot be all that bad. They'll definitely like me. Seeing that I still did not look convinced, Qinghan became temptation incarnate. She did not stop until I was bracing myself against the wall and begging for mercy. I believe you're the best. My parents will definitely like you. Only then did Qinghan spare me. When we went home the next day, Qinghan insisted that her driver bring a truck nearly the size of a moving van. It was loaded with gifts for the visit. Dad and my stepmother waited in the living room, fully on guard. They looked ready for battle. But Qinghan had arrived with a truckload of gifts, and she had both beauty and a stunning figure. Her education and family background were beyond reproach. There was not a single flaw they could pick at. Our Li Chuan really lucked into this one. Even Dad had to admit that Qinghan was exceptional in every way. It had always been this way. When I did well, it was just luck. When I did poorly, I got beaten and scolded. But I was used to it. It did not matter anymore. Since you also think Qinghan is a good match, give me the household register. I'm going to register our marriage. I held out my hand to Dad. I could not keep hesitating. Qinghan had done so much for me. If I had not been so insecure and afraid of losing her, I would have married her long ago. Dad frowned, displeasure darkening his face. I had someone read your fortunes. Your fates clash. You two should not marry. I had not expected that, despite Qinghan being outstanding in every way. Dad would still find an excuse to keep us apart. But what came next was even worse. Dad looked at Li Wang with a pleased expression. Li Wang and Qinghan's birth charts align, and their zodiac signs complement each other. They are a match made in heaven. They will surely have a house full of children and grandchildren, and a happy life. Then he turned to me, his smile gone. Li Chuan, give Qinghan to your brother. I could not believe my own father could say something so outrageous. In an instant, I trembled all over, as though plunged into ice water. I even wondered whether the man before me was truly my biological father. They always used the excuse that I was the older brother, so I had to give in to my younger brother. Then they gave him the toys, the treats, and all the new clothes and shoes. I could have let that go. But worst of all, they treated Qinghan like an object, telling me to hand her over to my brother. My face tight, I rose to my feet. No, I won't agree to this. Dad pointed at me and cursed. You little brat, are you defying me? She's just a woman. Do you really have to be so petty about it? Just as I was about to argue with Dad, I suddenly heard Li Wang cry out. I looked over and saw Li Wang lift the teapot. He was about to pour Qinghan some tea. Apparently, he accidentally spilled it onto Qinghan's dress. The spill happened to be near her waist. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sister-in-law, I'll wipe it up right away. With that, Li Wang grabbed a tissue. He kept apologizing, but excitement gleamed in his eyes. He moved to wipe Qinghan's dress with it. Qinghan knocked his hand aside and took the tissue. It's fine. I'll do it myself. Dad was probably the only reason. Qinghan treated someone who offended her with such courtesy. Yet Li Wang shamelessly moved closer again. Come on, sister-in-law, don't be embarrassed. A soaking wet dress feels awful. As he spoke, he again tried to wipe her dress with the tissue. Spotting a feather duster nearby, Qinghan snatched it up and struck his groping hand. Li Wang instantly screamed. Ow, that hurts. Sister-in-law, why did you hit me? Qinghan pressed her palms together, looking utterly innocent. Sorry, I was only trying to block you. I didn't realize I used a little too much force. My apologies. Li Wang blew on the vivid red welt across his hand. I quickly thought of every sad thing I could, or I would burst out laughing. I had to keep my expression under control. I looked at Li Wang with mock sympathy. Little brother, your sister-in-law didn't mean it. Why don't you put some medicine on that? My stepmother hurriedly nodded. Yes, we can't have it scar. Li Wang still wanted to say something, but Qinghan took my hand and rose. Chuan, take me to the restroom. My stepmother quickly said. I have a brand new dress that I've never worn. Thank you, Annie, but no need. A quick blow-dry will do. Qinghan politely declined. She had an extreme aversion to germs. She would never wear someone else's dress, not even a new one. After finally drying her dress, Qinghan eagerly took my hand. She wanted to see my room. She called it scene where I grew up. What could I do? Whenever she got sentimental, I could never resist her. That little enchantress. No wonder an ancient king once lit beacon fires just to make a beauty smile. My room was at the far end of the second floor, facing north. It barely saw sunlight for most of the year. Inside was a single bed, a simple fabric wardrobe propped up on its frame, and an old, poorly maintained desk with an uneven surface. I had not lived there for years, and nobody had maintained it. Dust was everywhere. The air even carried a musty smell. Qinghan had been full of excitement, but the moment she opened the door and stepped inside, her face turned livid. You lived in a place like this? I helplessly shook my head. It would be hard for anyone to believe, but this house has 2 floors and 5 rooms. My room was worse than the firewood room downstairs. Qinghan held my hand with one hand and clenched the other into a fist. She squeezed so hard her knuckles turned white. Come on, let's go have a word with your parents. What kind of parents treat their child like this? Qinghan's eyes reddened as she spoke. She was becoming more and more upset. I quickly patted her back. Forget it. Don't get worked up. Those are all things from long ago. I haven't lived here since I went to college. Dad even called to curse me out over it a few times. Sometimes, after drinking, he said even worse things. HMPH. We're not letting this slide. And here I was, bringing a whole truckload of gifts, hoping your parents would bless us. Qinghan deeply regretted coming. Coming to this house was a mistake from the start. Not only did Li Wang disgust me, I also discovered your father never saw you as his son. Chuan, this is all my fault. You never talk about your family. I should have realized long ago that they treated you badly. I'm sorry. I wiped the tears from the corners of Qinghan's eyes. Silly girl, why are you crying? This isn't your fault. I never explained things clearly to you. You love me just like my late mother did. You can do no wrong. Qinghan hugged me tightly. I was wrong. I came into your life too late. From now on, anyone who hurts you will regret it. Qinghan said fiercely, yet adorably. Still, I would never doubt her resolve. She naturally kept everyone else at arm's length, but she was fiercely protective of her own. As we headed downstairs, Qinghan's face remained icy. Honey, look at the girl-friendly Chuan found. She hit our Wang so hard his hand is swollen. Before we even reached the bottom, I heard my stepmother in the living room criticizing Qinghan. Wang had sharp ears. Hearing us descend, he spoke with his back to us. Mom, don't say that. Sister-in-law definitely didn't mean it. HMPH, I say she did it on purpose. Yesterday, at the pool in her family's hotel, you slipped, fell, and nearly drowned. It was all Li Chuan's fault for stopping anyone from rescuing you. I stopped and listened with interest as Wang spun his tale. Qinghan's dark expression was a little frightening. At least, she had never looked at me that way. She was about to go down and confront them, but I quickly pulled her back and shook my head. I signaled for her not to say anything. What do you mean, slipped and nearly drowned? Dad apparently knew nothing about it and hurriedly pressed for answers. Just then, Qinghan and I came downstairs and looked at Wang. I said with a smile, yes. What was that about slipping and drowning? Let's hear it. A flicker of panic crossed Wang's face. He smiled, shook his head, and said, Brother, it's nothing. It was all a misunderstanding. It all happened so fast. Otherwise, I know you never would have left me to die. My stepmother whispered a few words in Dad's ear. Dad's fury immediately flared. Wang quickly stood aside and said, Dad, Mom, it's fine. It was all a misunderstanding. My brother didn't do it on purpose either. Dad rose and gave me a hard shove. Misunderstanding, my ass? You're still defending your brother? You nearly drowned. I stumbled and nearly fell backward. Qinghan bent her knees and caught me steadily. I could feel a fierce fighting spirit radiating from Qinghan behind me. It was like the tangible killing intent from a novel. After helping me up, she saw my furious stepmother marching toward us. Qinghan kicked her directly in the knee. She collapsed onto the sofa, pointing at Qinghan and me. She was too furious to speak. That kick left Dad and Wang completely stunned. They stood there frozen. Qinghan turned to me, her eyes full of heartache and guilt. Honey, let's go. We're never coming back to this house. Only when we reached the door did Wang and Dad come to their senses. You ungrateful bastard, stop right there. Dad shouted after us in a rage. Qinghan pulled me outside, completely unmoved. Seeing that, Dad tried to threaten us with my household registration booklet. You don't want your household registration booklet anymore. Do you still want to register your marriage? I turned and looked coldly at the family. If I had known you were still like this, I never would have come back. Keep the booklet. I don't need it. I had been remarkably decisive when we left, but once we got back, I started to worry. How could we register our marriage without it? Holding my hand, Qinghan said seriously, Honey, you don't necessarily need a household registration booklet to get married. The new policy says an ID card is enough. I looked at her skeptically. Are you sure? Qinghan nodded solemnly. Even without that policy, we could still register our marriage without the booklet. The paperwork and process would just be more complicated. Listening to Qinghan effortlessly list all the required documents, I strongly suspected she had wanted to register our marriage for a long time. Of course, so had I. After registering, I suggested we keep the wedding simple. Qinghan had originally thought the same, but she was furious over what my family had done. So she changed her mind and wanted a grand wedding. What I really wanted was a wedding trip. Simple and relaxed. No need to prepare so much. But Qinghan rejected that idea. We'll travel on our honeymoon. We can't be careless about our wedding. I was about to argue further, but Qinghan puffed out her cheeks. Just give me a chance to do this properly, okay? Don't worry about a thing for the wedding. I'll handle it all. Just show up and be a handsome groom. The moment Qinghan acted cute, my knees turned to jelly. I had hated all the trouble before, but she talked me into believing she was right. We didn't tell Dad or my stepmother about the wedding, but Qinghan made such a grand affair that they still heard about it. Wang and my stepmother went around calling me an ungrateful traitor. They said I found a rich girlfriend and cut off my own family. I couldn't be bothered with them. I thought that, with things between us this bad, they would at least keep their pride and never speak to me again. Yet they still showed up on my wedding day. Dad arrived in a suit, putting on a sanctimonious show. Xiao Chuan, I'm your father. Of course, I'd come for something as important as your wedding. Li Wang smiled and said from beside him, Brother, Dad, Mom, and I came to wish you and sister-in-law well. We've missed you both so much these past few days. That brat Li Wang probably missed Qinghan, not me. And after hearing I was getting married today, he wore a very similar dark blue suit to mine. Anyone who didn't know us might think he was the groom. Qinghan and I were greeting guests at the entrance. When she saw Li Wang dressed like that, fury flared in her eyes. Li Wang, you think you can steal a Chuan spotlight? Either get out or change those clothes. Li Wang looked at her pitifully. It's not as serious as you're making it sound, sister-in-law. I just wanted everyone to know my brother and I are family. Qinghan was usually graceful and refined, but if anyone touched her sore spot, she was unbelievably cool when she got ruthless. Seeing Li Wang play the victim, Qinghan called over the bodyguards to throw him out. Li Wang saw several burly bodyguards approaching. One appeared to be the swim coach who rescued him from the pool that day. His face turned deathly pale. He scrambled over to my stepmother's side. My stepmother's expression froze. Then she forced out a smile. Daughter-in-law, today is your and Li Chuan's big day. Don't let Xiao Wang's foolishness spoil it. Then she turned to Li Wang. Son, hurry and change your clothes. Guests gradually filed into the banquet hall. Qinghan felt the urge to throw the whole family out. But if Li Wang knew how to behave, he wouldn't be Li Wang. I was a little nervous before the ceremony. I went to the restroom. Li Wang followed me inside. He hadn't changed his suit. He had even copied my hairstyle. But on closer inspection, his suit looked quite ordinary. Thinking back, my suit didn't seem to have a label. It was apparently custom-made, fitted, comfortable, and breathable. Nothing about it felt tight or restrictive. Everything was just right. Of course, you'd only notice that when wearing it or standing close. From afar, Li Wang looked almost exactly like me. Li Wang, what are you trying to do? Today is my wedding day. Seeing Li Wang dressed, styled, and built so much like me, anyone would be angry. I was no exception. Li Wang stood before the mirror, slicking back his fringe with smug flair. With a smug grin, he said, What am I doing? Exactly what you think. I'll replace you and take what is yours. I'll become Qinghan's groom. I was almost impressed by him. Did your brain never develop? Qinghan is completely crazy about me, and she's allergic to every man but me. You think she won't recognize me? A sinister smile appeared on Li Wang's face. Then it became a bright smile. Sister-in-law, you're here. I followed his gaze, but no one was there. My heart sank. Li Wang darted out and locked the restroom door behind him. I heard something scraping across the floor outside. Li Wang must have shoved something heavy against the door. Li Wang was completely insane. He didn't even need to get close. From 30 feet away, Qinghan would know he wasn't me. Still, if our wedding did not go off properly, I would feel awful. And of course, I'd left my phone outside. This restroom was tucked away in a remote corner. Even if I shouted, no one outside would likely hear me. When I entered the restroom, there were less than 30 minutes until the ceremony. As the ceremony drew closer, I slammed into the door several times but couldn't break it open. Just as I was about to despair, Qinghan descended like a goddess. How did you know I was here? Qinghan lovingly brushed the dust from my trouser leg. Does your foot hurt? Should we postpone the wedding? I quickly helped Qinghan up. She was wearing a custom-made, pure white wedding gown. If it got dirty, it wouldn't look good in photos. HMPH, that monster you call a brother. The moment I saw him, I knew he was plotting something. I had someone following him. By then, even her pearly teeth and red lips seemed twisted with fury. I'd always thought she only had eyes for love, but I hadn't expected her to be so clever. Then I thought of something and casually asked, Where is he? Qinghan looped her arm through mine and smiled. Doesn't he want to get married so badly? Then we'll grant his wish. With that, Qinghan took out her phone. She opened the security footage. There's a small banquet hall downstairs. I arranged everything long ago. Downstairs was a plainly decorated wedding venue. Then I saw a woman with a figure similar to Qinghan's. Wearing a wedding dress, she slowly walked down the red carpet. The downstairs banquet hall was tiny. It only held 7 or 8 tables. Meanwhile, the main hall upstairs had 188 tables. Dad and my stepmother had been assigned to one of the downstairs tables. Judging by their displeased expressions, they clearly had not expected Qinghan's wedding to be so shabby. Before they could think further, the ceremony began. Li Wang and the fake Qinghan emerged from opposite ends. They slowly approached each other face to face. Li Wang, disguised as me, kept his head slightly lowered. The woman opposite him wore a veil that concealed her face. When the ceremony ended, the hired extras clapped and cheered. They shouted, "Kiss her," his heart racing and hands trembling. Li Wang slowly lifted the bride's veil. The moment he saw her face, Li Wang froze, then shoved the bride away. "You're not Qinghan. Who are you? Imposter." The bride looked devastated. "Wang, have you forgotten? That day, you came in for a haircut and then we..." She gave a shy smile and said sweetly. A little over 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. The drama downstairs was unfolding spectacularly. When Li Wang and his family tried to leave, they found the doors tightly locked. Upstairs, Qinghan's wedding was equally dazzling. Just as Qinghan had said, she had arranged it all. Throughout it all, I was little more than a decorative mascot. Qinghan first invited a chart-topping singer to perform a congratulatory song. Then she changed into a short wedding dress, and the ceremony continued as planned. The reception ended, and the guests departed. Only then did Qinghan let the family of 3 out. Li Wang was the first to rush over. "Qinghan, how could you do this to me? You've ruined my innocence." Qinghan took a step back, her face full of disgust. "Who said you could call me that? Stay away from me." Dad was also seething with pent-up anger. He walked over and said grimly, "Xiaohan, think this over carefully. Li Wang is much more independent than Li Chuan. And you may not know this, but Li Chuan has a medical problem. He can't have children." Dad had only favored Li Wang before. I never expected him to start slandering me too. Even vicious beasts don't harm their young. I once wondered whether I was switched with another baby at the hospital. Unfortunately, they underestimated Qinghan, iron-willed and utterly devoted to her man. Qinghan linked her arm with mine. In heels, she was nearly 6 feet tall as she looked down at my father. "Whether he can have children is none of your concern. As long as I can be with the Chuan, I'm perfectly happy to stay child-free. Then no child will interrupt our life together." Seeing Qinghan wouldn't budge, Dad hurriedly turned to Father Gu. He pleaded earnestly, "Mr. Gu, please talk some sense into Xiaohan. What use is a man who can't have children? Xiaohan is your family's only child." Unfortunately, he didn't understand exactly who Qinghan inherited her rebellious streak from. My father-in-law gave a dismissive snort. "It is not like I have a throne to pass down. I do not care whether anyone inherits it. Whether they have children is their decision. If my daughter wants to get sterilized right here, I would not object." Those words left my father speechless. Then a group of uniformed officers walked in. "Who is Li Wang?" The instant Li Wang saw the police, he panicked. I looked at Qinghan. She looked immensely proud. Her face practically said, "Praise me already." Qinghan walked up to the officer. She played the video on her phone. "Officer, Li Wang plotted to hijack my wedding. He also locked my husband, Li Chuan, in a cramped restroom. He caused my husband severe physical and emotional harm. I want to press charges for hijacking our wedding, unlawful confinement, and intentional injury. And let me be clear, I refuse mediation and will accept no compensation." With Qinghan so resolute and the evidence conclusive, the officers had no choice but to take Li Wang in. As officers closed in from both sides, Li Wang knew Qinghan meant it. He hurried behind my father. "Dad, say something for me. I was only playing a joke on my brother and sister-in-law. I do not want to go to prison." My stepmother rushed to Qinghan. "Daughter-in-law, please, for my sake, please forgive your brother this once." When Qinghan did not budge, my stepmother turned to me. "Li Chuan, say something too. If your brother goes to prison, his whole life will be ruined." My father came over too, his face drawn with worry. "Daughter-in-law, if Xiao Chuan's brother goes to prison, your future children will be barred from civil service exams. I am begging you, as your father-in-law. Did you not say he could not have children?" Qinghan looked at my father mockingly. My father looked embarrassed. "I was talking nonsense. Please do not take it to heart. Xiao Wang really cannot go to prison. I am begging you." With that, my father dropped to his knees. I never saw that coming. No matter how strained their relationship was, having her own father-in-law kneel before her put Qinghan under enormous pressure. She subtly stepped aside. She would not let my father kneel directly before her. Then she turned to me, shook her head, and smiled. "Honey, my father-in-law actually treats his love rival's son like a treasure. He even knelt for him. Dad, I almost admire you. You truly have the patience of a saint." Qinghan motioned for the bodyguards to help my father up. Then they handed him a document. I had no idea what was in it? But the moment my father read it, he exploded. He suddenly lunged at my stepmother. "You crazy woman. You actually brought that man's son into my home and made me raise him all these years." It turned out Qinghan had secretly investigated my stepmother and Li Wang. She unexpectedly discovered that Li Wang was not my father's son. He was my stepmother's child with her former boyfriend. She had carefully timed it to make my father believe the child was his. What ordinary person gets a paternity test for no reason? He raised Li Wang for more than 20 years. I almost felt sorry for him. Li Wang helped his mother up. "Dad, what are you doing?" The moment my father heard that title, he snapped. He strode over and grabbed Li Wang by the collar. "You little bastard, do not call me Dad. You are not my son." I kept wondering how I could have fathered someone so shameless. Someone who caused trouble all day and even dared hijack a wedding. "So, you are that man's son. You learned it all from your despicable father." By the end, my father had nearly lost his mind. Fortunately, the officers intervened. Otherwise, this place might have become a bloodbath. After Li Wang was taken away, it was as if all strength had drained from my father, and tears streamed down his aged face. Chuan, I was wrong. Wrong from beginning to end. I shook my head helplessly. "Dad, you did raise me. I will send you money every month. But that is all. Do not contact me unless it is a life or death emergency." With that, I took Qinghan's hand and left. Later, Qinghan told me that my father divorced my stepmother soon afterward. Once the police investigated, they discovered that Li Wang had deceived many women over the years. He had defrauded and sexually exploited many women, and his offenses were combined at sentencing. He was ultimately sentenced to 9 years in prison. On the day of the trial, my stepmother fainted on the spot. At the hospital, tests revealed she had end-stage uremia. As for her treatment afterward, I had no interest in finding out. Fortunately, Li Wang was not my biological brother. His prison sentence would not affect the future children Qinghan and I might have. When the sky finally paled with dawn, I crawled from the floor to the bathroom in our bridal suite. I finally understood why women look their most beautiful in wedding dresses, yet only wear them a few times in their lives. If she wore it a few more times, it would kill me. The end.